Yeah, so from that 4 hour, we I'm not gonna call it an order block, but it's an area of interest, right? So 4 hour area of interest, we came down, CE of that, huge expansion to the upside, failed to break above this high. There is an SMT at that high that I'm gonna outline a little bit later. Either way, we had it a closure above this imbalance here, which was a swing low. So swing low, imbalance through swing, come back down, reaccumulate, and I wanted to see a reaccumulation in a discounted market. So as you can kind of see here, if you outline the low to the high, that's your premium and discount of the current price leg. So I wanted to see an inversion of this imbalance here in a premium market, because then that would mean that we're going to be aiming towards the highs, and consequently these equal highs here. So that's kind of what I was looking at. Everyone can hear me, right? Well, those that can't hear me obviously won't be able to answer, but so yeah, that's where my eyes were. Now, from a bullish perspective, the kind of like my last area of defense would be the 4 hour open, which is outlined here in this dotted line. So worst case, sweep of this low here into the order block, right? In a discounted market below the 6 a.m. open, you got a closure above any sort of imbalance created on the price leg down here, and that becomes an area for higher. Now, on the other side of things, on the other side of the spectrum, sorry, if you plot NQ, you can clearly see right here, right? So we have an SMT, first and foremost. If I switch this over to an hourly chart, so there's an SMT here, which I'm assuming is a 4 hour imbalance on NQ, right? So if I go to a 4 hour, yep, or no, not necessarily an imbalance, but it was a sweep of the previous 4 hour high. So SMT at the highs, you pop over to a 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart, you anchor from this low to that high, right? Which is the manipulation leg higher. You plot your deviations, you're at 2 to 2.5 with an SMT at the highs. And then to top it all off, you have an hourly swing. You have an hourly swing and you have an inversion here. Where is the tool? Right here. And just give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Sorry, boys. That morning coffee is killer. So, yeah. If you missed what I outlined this morning, just ask me. That shit was crazy. You know, not to be too descriptive or anything. Had me sweating. Tweaking and sweating. What's up, Slumdog? Greetings. It was alright. I mean, I just buy like a cold brew or whatever. I really just got to start investing some time in grinding it up. Getting a real coffee bean, grinding it up, you know, going through the whole process. Hell yeah. Wait, not grinding. Slumdog, I'm doing 5 minute. More so recently, just helps me stay in trades longer, to be honest with you. So yeah, this is where we were at. So we have that SMT at the highs. So big divergence with NQ. Displacement lower, imbalance, inversion here. Revisit at around 9 o'clock. Hourly swing, looking for lower. But, so are we in a down quarter? What do you mean? You mean like a quarter as in like a fiscal quarter? I wouldn't say so. I mean, take a look at the quarterly chart. You've got your Q1, which was red, obviously. Q2 came in, swept all of this into prices from last year's January and last year's, or 2023 October. So you had a massive reaccumulation below this low. And right now, Q2 is looking like it's closing green as it stands, right? But how many times have we had a massive recovery like that? Not a lot. The news said something about overbought. I mean, what we do is basically based on going against the grain, right? So I am expecting some sort of reaction here, hopefully. But we'll see. So, how many minutes? So about 45 seconds before equities open. Where is my... Okay, cool. Hey, I'm new to the Discord, so what is the model you use to take trades? It's basically just an order block model, so really simple terms. Higher time frame open, 4 hour or hourly open into a low, open to low, and then liquidity point, OB, so close above candle that swept, that becomes the OB. So gold is currently seeking higher from what I can see. If we get a close above that 5-minute imbalance on ES, then I think we might be in for something nice. That one right there. Or, whoops. Looks like we already closed above it, actually. So we'll see if it gets a push here. It's unfortunate I didn't see that. Close above this imbalance. It might warrant higher. Yo, what's up, Jax? How you been, brother? Whoops. So again, that bullish idea, sweep of this low into that order block right there. Good, you. Might be, yeah. So now you had that inversion. Now you have a potential breaker here. Price might want to seek higher into these highs. And then a closure above those highs would eventually just lead us to this here. Hopefully, right? That's the idea. No trades on for me yet. I might look for some exposure via options, but no trades in here for me yet. I'm going to let the first 5 minutes of equities open play out, and then we'll see from there. Kind of just let the first 5 minutes settle in. Give it some time. And then if we're going to close back above this low, just bodies, that means we might have an hourly swing. Could be setting up for something nice. So I'm waiting for a close above this. This might be nice. And then obviously I might look to reduce my size. That low there. And then target those highs. The equal highs. So just about there. So it'd be something like that. So I'd be going in with really, really small size as my risk is kind of high on ES, especially 16 points. But I might look for a lower invalidation because the thing is, honestly, if we get below this low, then that's already kind of an invalid idea, right? Can I push this out? I'm just going to push this out real quick. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. So yeah, did we get a close above that? Not yet. So we have about 30 seconds before this 5-minute candle closes. And I do want to see a closure above that. If we don't, I'm not particularly content with that idea. Because what you do have on the other end, if we're looking at this, we have this imbalance here, this inversion. So that for the people that want to go short, and I'm going to mark this out in red. So yeah, we did have that really nice reaction though. So that sweep that low into that order block. So we got about 5 seconds here coming in. Do we get a close? SMT at the highs. Yep. Good call. So yeah, SMT at these highs as well. So who knows? We'll see if this. What does a 15-minute look like? Yeah. 5-minute coming in into this inversion, sweep of this high, SMT at the highs there. See if you get a strong reaction or if this wants to respect the breaker. I'm tempted to take that breaker trade as well. I know Juno's eyeing that. I know Juno and Bray are both eyeing that. Let me mark this out. So breaker and then inversion. Breaker 5 minute. There we go. That'd be the target for the upside. Granted, we can push beyond that inversion. Man, that 6 a.m. OB was super clean. Change this back. Actually, pop open the. Whoops. Plot that again. Change this to 4 hour. And push this over to 60 so we can get a better view. So right now, for those that had asked about that time from alignment, I have the 5-minute chart open, the hourly chart here on the PO3, and then the 4 hour right here. So if in a bullish scenario, right, like you want a closure above this candle's low, right? So you want to create that wick. And then similarly on the 4 hour here as well. As long as the SMT at this high doesn't hold. And then you can target that internal liquidity, which is that high here, as an objective. But for right now, we're kind of struggling between these two ideas. So breaker here and 15-minute inversion here. So we'll let price do its thing because I don't have enough information to make a decision yet. I think NQ is on the same ship as well. It has that breaker. Let me see. Kind of ish breaker, right? It's more of an internal breaker. You've got that there. That push there. And ES has been a bit weaker, to be honest with you. So if I do decide to long, I think it'd be off NQ. Anyways, similar price action here on NQ. You had that low swept here at 640 into that opening price order block here, and then push higher into the equal highs, which serve as an internal. So you got your variable number 1 down here, and then variable number 2 up here. What's gold doing? Nothing. It's not doing anything. Oh, and on top of that, you've got stat map. You've got that stat map. I can't. Stat map is the. Where's the breaker? I can't really see the breaker. I'm gonna leave this here just in case. I don't like that ES is the weaker one. I do want to trade ES just because it's been treating me so well. But I don't like the fact that we're just kind of sitting around here. We'll see. But yeah, this would be ideal. MES. What's my... I have a limit at 59125. Might see an expansion here. Limit order. Then obviously I have it up on another screen. I'll show you guys. Oh shit. Okay, cool. Not a big fan of that consolidation, but it's fine. We'll see if we get tagged in. Yeah, for the next stream I'll have OBS. It'll have like my face cam, and then it'll have Ninja Trader or Tradeovate, whatever. Because in that way it's like just easier. Good, I like to see your face when I'm trading. No way. No. No way. Okay. We trading ES today? Yeah. I've been trading ES for a little while now. Dude, am I not going to get tagged on this? I'm not going to get filled. We'll see. Got about 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. No. No. Oh my god. By one tick. Was it by one tick? To 1.5, and my entry was to 1.25. Yeah, it was one tick. Oh boy. No. No. Oh, good. We'll see. Realistically, I'd be break even here, to be honest with you. We got to close above that high. I don't want price to come back down here. So I'd be break even here. Man, it's fine. I'm not even too pressed about it. Price action is not the greatest here. Kind of struggling to deliver to the upside, so. But still, I can't believe it. One tick. That's crazy. This has been happening to me, actually, a lot more recently. Good morning, Funded. We missed my entry by one tick. Yeah. It was a solid trade idea, too. Morning, Nate. Why are you sorry? Good morning. I'm sorry. Damn, man. Why didn't you put the entry a bit higher? I just had it at the midpoint of the breaker. I also had a gold trade last night. So I'm curious why you can't you just mark it by if you miss by a tick? Nah. Yeah. So I mean, I in this instance, like, I prefer the limit. I don't want to rush into, because the thing is, like, if you're using market orders, I feel like you're rushing in. So I'm actually gonna remove my limit order here. I would be ideally, or break even at this point. Hello. Would you re-enter? Not really. I don't think I would want to see price come back down here. Again, like, in an ideal scenario, had I been tagged in, whatever, I would be break even here. So I don't think I would take a position. I don't want to see this fail and then take these lows, go lower. What's up, Ash? How are you? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, deviations were clean. I don't know who it was that said, but I think I can already envision that this was at 2 to 2.5. Yeah. 2 to 2.5, low, order block, breaker, higher. Yeah, I don't usually wear hats, but my hair was kind of messy today. So I had to represent. I have a couple extra hats I just ordered, by the way. If you're in Florida, let me know. If you're in the US, let me know. I'll try to get some out to you guys. It's hard. It's a lot harder when it's international, but I am going over to Canes soon. So, if you want a hat, yeah, Florida boys up. Still waiting for my hat. Gotta come and get it. Come and get it. Come and get it, Playboy. No, actually, Ash, if you're in Canada, then I'll just send 2 to Bray. Thoughts? Thoughts is I like it, to be honest with you. I like it. That's what I outlined literally this morning. But ES is just fucking lethargic as fuck. Oh, you're in New York? I'm actually going to New York in 9 days. Big boy high. Hell yeah. I mean, look, when you have a 4-hour swing, an hourly swing in the direction, you push. You let that thing rip, to be honest. Of course, I had to be trading ES today, right? Like, NQ already took that high. Good. What's gold doing? Fucking nothing. It's fucking doing nothing. That's what it's doing. Ooh, new update. Shut up. Some stat map updates. Love me. I'm in Greenpoint. It's Brooklyn. I'll be in a financial district. Can you analyze Leo's post? What do you mean analyze Leo's post? Like, talk about it? Which one? I think he's streaming right now. He posted his entry. Let me see. Oh, he's taking... Dude, he's on the same exact idea that... This is literally the same exact trade that we were supposed to take. What do you mean analyze it? It's the same exact idea. Somebody tag Leo. Is he streaming? I don't know if he's streaming. I don't think so. Oh yeah, YouTube. Bray, did you take this? Oh, damn. It's getting up there. 21444. NQ tagged that high, so that was the draw. Nice. Yeah, for real. Send signals, please. I need option signals ASAP. Send help. Still the paper boy, but yeah, I took it, mentioned it in the channel. Yeah, I saw. I knew you were eyeing that. Little cutie. Little cutie pie. Gave the gang a fucking layup. Cutie pie. Yeah, I mean, we ate. I didn't get tagged in by a tick, but we ate. I would consider this a meal, to be honest. I'll consider this a meal. Not gonna lie. It's unfortunate though. By one tick. And even then, like, yeah. Motherfucker. Leo, send signals. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody tell. Is he in here? Is he just in chat or is he actually in here? And I think we tagged that high, if I'm not mistaken. Motherfucker. You guys should have seen what happened to me on gold last night. Y'all should have seen that shit, to be honest. I was pissed. Okay, so we got a sweep of previous 4-hour high here, which NQ had already taken. Beautiful idea here with the breaker. This was pretty much a unicorn stat map. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This was like a mixture of things. Like, so come over to the chart. You have your daily manipulation level here, which is where you want to see the candlestick form. You had a sweep of the previous 4-hour low. You had an hourly swing forming. And you had a breaker. I mean, this thing was just primed. Primed and ready. To be honest. Oh, I need your guys' opinion, by the way. I need your guys' opinion. What? I'm gonna show you guys my what's it called? Oh, my landing page. You guys can let me know what you think about it. Is that cool? Is that cool with everyone? Yeah. Can I share this with you all? Wonder if I can. I'm just gonna send the link and you guys can let me know what you think. Is that cool? Be honest. And make sure you hit contact and reports, obviously. I think the reports section is fucking clean. I'm actually really proud of it. And then the contact one is pretty cool too. But it's still a work in progress. I just wanted it to be kind of different and interesting. Same idea. Only one micro though. No, beautiful. Beautiful trade, honestly. No, I want honest feedback. I don't care. Just too much shit going on. Listen, I don't make websites. I had never used Framer before, but this is why the feedback is important. Because it's like, I wanted to make something. All right, Jax. All right, motherfucker. All right. Enough of this. It took you more than 10 seconds to understand. Okay. No, that's fine. Listen, this is what we're here for. Too many fonts going on. Okay. Ash said the same thing. No worries. Listen, guys, I don't make websites, but I didn't I didn't want to have like I didn't want to just have somebody make it for me cuz I wanted to. Nah, I fuck with Nate. Yo, Nate. Shout out Nate, bro. Even though you guys are relentless, bro. Try to use two fonts. Okay. Which one? Should I use the one that's kind of pixelated or bold the one that says the one that has trade? Please. Contact page too busy. Damn, really? I thought it would be the opposite of too busy, to be honest, because there's only 3 things going on. Oh, you mean the contact page? Yeah. Yo, you guys are acting like it's the worst thing you've ever seen. Damn. Get rid of the digital font. Okay. No worries. I'm taking all of this into consideration. But yeah, I was like, instead of, obviously, I mean, the lab page is fucking sweet. And I was like, instead of having someone do it for me, I might as well just try and do it on my own and make it like just kind of represent me, you know? And then oh yeah, you're right, no navigation back. Nice clone. Yeah. All right. You guys are getting way too carried away now. I get it. All right. I get it. fucking hell. You'd think, right? Like after fucking yeah, this way I'm just gonna pay someone to do it. Thank you. This that report page is nice, right? Yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. Just like some trial and error will fucking definitely get me to the right place. Contact page gave me AIDS. All right. See, y'all. Oh, good. Yeah, I think the report page is the cleanest, for sure. That graphic is just so fucking clean. Okay. All right. I'm deleting the link. You motherfuckers. Back to the charts. Just kidding. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You guys make me chuckle. Delete the page. All right, Jax. Yeah, for real. I get it. You guys just aren't as artistically inclined. It's fine. You guys just don't get it. Is there? There's only 3 fonts. This week, I don't think we have any news today. Wednesday, 10:30, just crude oil. I'm writing all this down. I'm making sure I don't forget. Look, 2 degrees is in here. Look, you guys brought 2 degrees in. And you know what 2 degrees said about it? He said he liked it. So you know what? I don't care. As long as 2 degree likes it, I like it. No, I know. For sure need to fine tune. The reports page got me bricky. Okay, look, I love that we all agree on the reports page. That means that that's staying. Perfect. Okay. Mr. 2 degrees. Hello. Yeah, for sure. Is that Dexter? Oh, God. Yo, what the fuck? What is going on? Quick, give me a feed. Give me a feed. Give me a news feed. Immediately. I need a news feed immediately. Trump called someone a slur. Guys, Marcus pumping. Trump called someone a slur. Mr. 2. Yes, señor. Mr. 2. Sweep of 9 a.m. high makes EU prepare trade deal with the U.S. Let's fucking go. I mean, right? What are we thinking? They have to. What are they gonna be like? No. It's America, baby. Millions and millions and millions. See you at previous day high. GG's. Still got those equal highs on ES. Damn it, missed TP by 2 points. Damn. Yeah, I hate how slow ES is being right now compared to NQ. Looks like manipulation. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sharp moves like that because it typically doesn't end well on the other end. Come back down. So I think 10 a.m. open. Yeah. Those sharp moves are it's one of the funniest graphics ever. Yo, shout out Leo. Had the same trade idea. I think Bray, Leo, and I all had the same trade idea. My dog. Mr. Tool, how are you? Lovely seeing you here, to be honest. I saw that new stat map update. Thank God for stops. Candace also caught some longs. My baby girl. Baby girl. Let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl. No, but in all seriousness though, like what would you guys, if I were to make a monthly report on the market, like what would you guys want to hear in that? Like would you guys be interested in like maybe like a lesson as to how things work? Like who here cares about macro? Be honest. Like who here cares about macro? I know what the hell is macro? No, not macro times. Like macroeconomic. Because so here's the thing, right? It's like you've got on one end macro for swings, but I'm no way swinging anything right now. Not for sure. Because on one end you have macro analysis where it's like it's literally just an analysis. Like it's just that. It's not applicable. It doesn't give you an edge. So my idea, yes, funded. We've got that. So my idea is like, how can I bridge the understanding of how things work on a bigger picture? How can I bridge that and maybe give it to an edge? Like, or maybe bridge that into an edge. Because everyone could just sit here and be like, oh, fucking the 30-year bond or 30-year bond is at 5.25%. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? You know? And I feel like a lot of people don't. What do I think? I think I'd have to do more research on it, to be honest. Because the way interest rates function in Japan is not the same way. Yeah, Japan is engagement farming. Japan is engagement farming. Guys, people have been shitposting bond stuff lately with no context. Exactly, yeah. Like, give us some context. But you guys kind of have like a bare bones understanding or nothing at all? Clean as fuck. Because it does affect your trading more than you think it does, but it's like you really, really have to understand it, or not that you have to understand it, but you have to bridge that gap, and that's kind of what I want to do. Wait, Tommaso. Ostras, tío. Talk to me. What's new on here? I mean, the bond market is imploding. No? Again, like, I don't know enough about Japan. Like, I don't know what their monetary adjustments look like. It's the stat volatility, which is getting a wild update. And if you leaked update, I will come slap you. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. So really unfortunate here on this trade. 2.5 targeted those highs with a stop at 14. Really unfortunate, but overall, really, really clean idea. I think Leo caught it. Yeah, Leo caught it. Bray caught it. Unfortunately, did not get tagged in by one tick. So, story of my life. Can we frame a trade off the retracement after sweep? Yeah, so we can. Skill issue. We can for sure. Yeah, again, like, I don't know anything about their economy at all. So, okay, so looking from an hourly perspective, you've got this large wick that was just created based on, I think that was the news release. You've got the 4-hour chart kind of looking like it wants. So you got that sweep. So that was that swing confirmation here as soon as you got that close back above, right? Then you have an open and you have a low here. Similar, which is, again, what we had outlined this morning. So right now, I think I am curious as to what we'll do from here. I want to go over to a daily chart just to kind of gain some perspective. Do we have an SMT at those lows? with any asset, to be honest. Any asset, maybe YM. Don't typically use YM, but we'll see. Yeah, so there is an SMT at these lows with YM. So that's interesting off the bat. You've got the 4 hour here. You've got that internal sweep of previous 4 hour high into midnight price point. And then you also have your weekly open here. So we're just kind of hovering around a weekly open, which to me is kind of a really, I like that, especially like if we're going to be ranging, I'd rather us range on a 4 hour chart or an hourly chart than a fucking 5 minute chart, just because it's obviously going to provide more opportunities. If you're ranging on a 4 hour or an hourly chart, you can trade the extremities, right? So in this case, we tapped back into midnight, right? We're tapped back above into weekly opening price. And we're currently creating this really, really big wick. So I'm gonna be a little bit sidelined here because I can frame both ideas. I can frame open low high, and then I can frame open high low. So it's interesting though. We had that yeah.
Screen to dark mode, so
It's Ken saying.
order. Thank you. That offer. Thank you very much.
What's Ken
Anyway,
saying?
guys, I'll be joining Order Flow Labs as the chief trader of VWAPs next week. We didn't want to announce it, but here we are.
I think he's looking for shorts. A wise man once told me to buy shares in a company you would physically own. Ooh, Bray. I like that. Yeah, I'm more bullish. I'm leaning bullish, but gold is not doing much after that large expansion the other day. What I would like to see from gold is this. OB here. Higher. That's what I would like to see. But, did we close that gap fully? No. Yeah, so that's kind of what I would like to see from gold. Have you got any advice on how to flip quickly? I was short from 318 pre-market, saw model forming against me and took profit, but didn't take the model forming against me. It happens a lot. What can I do to improve on that? That's a great question. So see, in my eyes, if I'm flipping, there's not a lot around it. I'm not a big fan of flipping, to be honest with you. I think there should be a set time stamp, unless you're a really, really fast scalper. Then I understand, like, if you're fucking scalping the 30 second, 15 second. But I think if you're trading like the 5 minute, the 1 minute, etc., you just give yourself some time to readjust, because I am not a big fan of flipping. Flipping can easily just go against you, or it can turn into some sort of, like, it could definitely give you some sort of tilting characteristics. But if you want to realign yourself, yeah, what I do is, like, if I know I'm going to flip, I give myself 3 to 5 minutes, and I just kind of let price confirm. And if it escapes me, it escapes me. But it's good. It honestly, just the fact that you were able to acknowledge the fact that it went against you, you took profits, and it completely flipped against you. That's a really, really good. It's a really, really good. Because the thing is, yeah, I think gold will go lower. I agree with you, Keiko. Yeah. Did we come back down into 10 a.m. opening price or no? No. But we had that new 15-minute open, so 10:15 now. There are no imbalances on the 5-minute chart, so I'm not really keen on anything here too significant. I still think order flow is still kind of bullish, right? Ideally I want these highs to be swept right there. See a continuation on that 4-hour swing. Yeah. Trust me, like I've had moments where it's like I'm so pissed from flipping that I just fucking punch my wall. But I think before you make any quick decisions in the market, like you really need to give yourself some time to breathe. How do I get rid of analysis paralysis? By backtesting. Honestly, backtesting is one of the greatest things just because of the fact that you can detach yourself from it. So here's the thing, right? Like, look. This is going to be super, super simple. I know. We all do. This is... How do I even explain this? What are the two axes? How much you care, and then the other one is... What's the other one? Let me think. Give me a second. Let me think. How much you care. Okay. I guess these could be... It's almost synonymous, but... This is that. Obviously. How much you care about something is almost synonymous to your attachment to it. Right? So, obviously, trading is here. Trading is like right over here. Because we all fucking care. Like, we all care about our trade performances. But there's a fine line, right? There's a fine line, and you kind of have to adjust this curve. Right? Because how much you care, it should be almost a fixed, right? Like right here. Your attachment should stay the same. Your how much you care can obviously increase or decrease, right? But the idea is that in our back test, and I've seen this firsthand, and this happens to me firsthand, or this happens to me obviously, but I can be so concerned with the outcome of a trade that I forget that I'm back testing. The whole point of back testing is to collect a data set. When you're collecting a data set, if you think about it like how fucking scientists do it, whatever, they're running an experiment. There are obviously like, controlled variables, et cetera. But you can't be attached necessarily to the outcome of the trades when you're backtesting because you're literally just collecting data. Yeah, I do. Lolwin. You're literally just collecting data. Do you recommend TradeZilla for backtesting? Yeah. Sorry, I like reread that. So when you go into your backtesting, like care, obviously, to the point, you have to care to the point where you do the process correctly, but be detached from it to the point where you're not associating your performance with how you're backtesting. Because I can go in, if I have an idea, this is exactly how I do it. This is exactly how I do it. I have an idea, right? Fucking light bulb. That's pretty good, right? I have an idea. And then I say to myself, okay, what is the main thing about this idea, about this trade idea? Or the main array, right? Time, whatever. Let's say I have an idea. The idea is that at 9:30, so 9:30, right? First fair value gap or whatever, imbalance. That's my idea. Already I can branch off two things from this. Number one, my array. Number two is time. This is all I'm going to backtest. And then I'm going to set some rules. I'm going to create two rules. If above, long. If below, short. That is it. That is literally it. I will backtest this. I don't care if I lose 80% of my trades. Even better. Because that means I have an 80% of a data pool that I can then look to reverse or improve on. You see where I'm going with this? So then it's like, okay, 80% of this or 60% this. Now I add another rule. And then I collect the data on that other rule. And then it's like, okay, now I have a 50% win rate. How can I get to that 55? Okay, then I create another rule. Boom. And then another and another and another and another until I get to the point where I want to be until I get to the point where I make a system. Yeah, 55 is a nice number. I like 55. Until you get to the point where it's like it's a nice system. You have obviously the more. This is simple. This is simple. It's just that. The amount of rules that you have will dictate the frequency of your trades. The more rules you have, the less trades you're going to be taking. And that's just what it is. Obviously, because you're creating a filter system. All a model is a filter system that you apply to price action. Because it's a combined set of instances in the market that create the environment for you, for your edge. Exactly. Like if I sat here and I asked you guys, like realistically, how many A+ setups do you think you guys get a week? I would say 2 to 3, but that's not the amount. Funded. That's not the amount of trades that I'm outputting, right? Like I'm doing a way higher frequency, which means I'm doing B trades. A+ is 2 to 3, yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. Of course, Nate, yeah. But that's the thing. It's like your higher time frame, the higher time frame it is, especially with us, and I'm just saying this for us. This is obviously very different for different people. But especially for us, our higher time frame is more discretionary. Our lower time frame entry model is systematic. So the reason why it might feel like sometimes we're taking it might feel like sometimes we're taking losses even though we're following our system perfectly. It could be because of that discretionary variable that we don't have 100% control over. You have to realize, like, the more discretionary an analysis is, the more variables you're not controlling. That's kind of what goes on. You have discretionary on one end, systematic on the other. When you go from one to the other, it just means you're increasing the variables that you're controlling. Which is why Kane sometimes is like, this is what my intuition is telling me. It's because he's seen these candles print over and over and over and over and over again, right? You get that, like, your mind automatically creates patterns on things that it sees. So, yeah. Yeah, have a great one, Ash. I'm going to call it here in like 3 minutes. But yeah, when you're backtest, like, don't attach yourself to it. Like, it's literally just that. You're just collecting a data pool. That's it. That's all you're doing. You can obviously improve on it later. That's the whole point. It's a test. It's a test. It doesn't mean that you're a bad trader if you do bad. It doesn't mean you're a good trader if you do good. It just means that you're there for one thing and one thing only. You have your mind of an analyst that's telling you, or the mind of you in boss mode that's telling you that you have to do this one thing, and then you have the mind of you in worker mode that's telling you to do the other. And your job is to just follow through on what the boss is telling you, right? Boss is like, hey, come here, just do this for me. And you just do, right? But you have to care enough to the point where it's like you're not just producing shitty backtests, and you're just not, like, you're not just coming in and skipping through 5-10 minutes, skipping price action, just full port longing, yada yada yada. Because it does get boring to the point where you want to do that, right? But believe me, like, if you just really sit down, if you just really backtest, and then you just kind of, you follow through on your system, things will start to click, things will start to make sense, and then you start seeing things that you didn't see before. And you are where you are for a reason, right? Not much after this. Not much after this right now. So ES seeking lower. NQ kind of still in that space. I got you. ES now taking a bit of a dive there. Oh man, they're slightly detached, not completely, but just a little bit. And then gold is fucking still holding that same price point. All right, boys, we're coming up on an hour and 20, hour 30. I'm just gonna call it here. Yeah, same. There's not a lot to do. If anything, just PM session. Check on PM session, but AM session is for right now. This could obviously very well change, but I'm gonna call it here, boys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I'll post the recording with timestamps. Yep. Peace out, gentlemen and ladies. See you, Nate. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.